In July 2012, the people of Jersey were delighted to welcome their Royal Highnesses Charles, Prince of Wales, and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. Their visit started in the Royal Square with a special open-air meeting of the States of Jersey.
Monsieur le Connétable de Saint-Hélier, Monsieur le Connétable de la Trinité.
Your Royal Highness, it gives me great pleasure on behalf of the States and the people of Jersey to welcome you most warmly to the bailiwick today. We are especially delighted that you are accompanied by Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cornwall on her first official visit to Jersey. Her Majesty the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, which you have come to help us celebrate, has a special resonance in Jersey. It was evident in the official celebrations last month when islanders came together in their thousands to share in the joy of the occasion, joining citizens throughout the British Isles and the Commonwealth to pay tribute to their sovereign. It was, of course, a reflection of the affection in which Her Majesty is held by her subjects. Yet it was possible, sir, to detect a particular warmth in the sentiments of the people of Jersey. The Channel Islands are, of course, amongst the oldest possessions of the Crown, dating back to the Norman Conquest, when the throne of England and the Duchy of Normandy were united in the person of King William I. Jerseymen may well have fought on William's side at the Battle of Hastings, for the islands had been part of the Duchy since 933. Certainly when King Henry II later commissioned a great verse chronicle to record the history of the Dukes of Normandy, it was to the Jersey-born poet Wace that he turned for his account. Yet when we trace back our loyalty to the Crown, it is another great battle, nearly 150 years after the Norman Conquest, which is of particular significance. Few loyal subjects of the Crown today regard the summer of 1204 as a particularly auspicious moment in English history. For it was when the French King Philippe Auguste won the Battle of Rouen, resulting in King John's loss of mainland Normandy. But for Channel Islanders, that year is viewed from a more favourable perspective. That the loss of Normandy did not also embrace these small islands is still a source of surprise to many who consult a map of the Channel Islands for the first time and remark upon their proximity to the French coast. But the loyalty of islanders to the person they regarded simultaneously as their king and duke, encouraged by privileges first extended by King John, has ensured that the islands have remained dependencies of the Crown to this day. The intervening centuries were not without incident, but two things remained constant over the years. The islands could count upon the protection of the Crown against any aggressor, and reciprocally, the Crown could rely upon Jersey's unswerving loyalty in a sometimes troubled world. In February 1649, prominent islanders gathered to declare loyalty to their new king. Of course, the prince, who had taken refuge among his people in Jersey, would not be crowned King Charles II until the Restoration. But he was recognised as sovereign here in a spontaneous gesture of fidelity, which preceded by 11 years events across the English Channel. The place where that proclamation was made was in this very square where we are assembled today. And in return for that loyalty, in 1663, the King presented the bailiff with the island's royal mace, which of course sits before you today. And it was in this same spot in 1781 that a young army major, Major Francis Pearson, would lay down his life in the Battle of Jersey. His heroism and that of the men who supported him is recorded in the celebrated painting by John Singleton Copley, The Death of Major Pearson, which has been loaned by the Tate for public display in the Jersey Museum this year as part of our Diamond Jubilee celebrations. On your last visit to Jersey, sir, you joined us in marking the 800th anniversary of these links by illuminating the holographic portrait of Her Majesty, which the island commissioned for the occasion. It has since been shared in an exhibition touring Britain as part of the national celebrations, and a copy has been donated to the National Portrait Gallery in London. The portrait is a vivid reminder of the many happy memories which islanders treasure of the 6 visits which Her Majesty has made to Jersey since 1949. We express our gratitude to your Royal Highnesses for visiting us today, as we join with people throughout the world in celebrating the Diamond Jubilee, marking 60 years of selfless and dedicated service to her peoples by Her Majesty. We take this opportunity of reaffirming our deep affection, loyalty and respect for our Sovereign, Queen Elizabeth II.
I am most grateful to the States and people of Jersey for the wonderful welcome you have shown us today. My wife and I are both delighted to be here formally to mark Her Majesty the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, which I know has already given rise to much celebration in the island. The people of Jersey also played their part in the Diamond Jubilee events in London, and most visibly at the river pageant on the Thames. We were very moved, I must say, to see Jersey's 2 boats there, including the island's first powered lifeboat, so lovingly restored by the Maritime Museum. It gives me no pleasure here in the sunniest part of the British Isles to be reminded that the weather that day was especially suitable for a lifeboat. And someone said, for toads too. Mr. Bailiff, you have spoken most generously of the particular affection in which the Queen is held by the people of Jersey. To your loyal address, Her Majesty has asked me to convey her heartfelt thanks. I can assure you that the Queen will be deeply touched, as my wife and I have been, to learn of the warmth of the welcome you have extended to us here today. In return, I know Her Majesty will wish me to express how this great island of rich history and strong loyalties will remain so very dear to her heart now and in the years to come.
The royal visitors were then invited to unveil a commemorative engraving in the square.
Best big and Duchess today.
Everyone been standing here for hours. Nice to see you. And I hope you're not missing your lunch. I'm worried about it.
Hello.
Is this your
My grandson, yes.
How many have you got?
2. One of 13 and one of 6 months.
Really? And does it keep you up at night?
No, he's a wonderful sleeper.
No, you will not come here.
I got him chatting with the Jersey Bee.
You're interesting. It's nice to see you.
And I'm the Londoner.
We've got a bit of everything. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
King of the Jungle. Hello.
He is.
Hello, King of the Jungle. Pig. Pig. Bye-bye, King of the Jungle. Hello. Hello.
Next, our historic market received its first ever royal visitors. Then the Prince of Wales, in his role as President of the National Trust, was invited to visit 16 New Street, the Georgian house recently and beautifully restored by the National Trust of Jersey.